Hey guys! So I have had a lot of questions around how do I deal with my very opinionated, very different family members and friends over the holiday. And I am going to answer this for you. I believe I got around this time a number of questions last year and did a video. So I'm going to do another one and just recap on how do we deal with the fact that sometimes we have very fundamental differing opinions from those that we love. Sometimes it's a different religion. Sometimes you celebrate a religion and then those you love don't really respect that, or vice versa. You don't celebrate a religion and others don't understand and respect that. Sometimes it's the fact that you have very different political views or political stances, or you're on a different side of the political spectrum, and these types of conversations come up a lot, and they're triggering over holidays. And so I thought now is no better time than ever to answer many of your questions all at once and discuss how we can navigate relationships with those who we love. I think it's important to hold space for people who are really different from us, who have fundamentally different ideas about things, and they have reasons for having those ideas. And I want to start with just that. We've got to respect other people's histories. We have to honor their histories and their stories, and that they are very possibly, they're not done yet. They're not done cooking. They're not done experiencing and learning everything that they're going to learn about life. And we have to start from the place that they are still kind of children, that everyone's kind of just right along the lines. They're still kind of children in their knowledge of certain things. And anytime you catch yourself saying phrases like, well, I think, you need to check yourself. Is this something that is appropriate for that time and place? Is it something that you feel like is going to really make an impact and show compassion and is going to draw people in to this idea of yours? Or is it you trying to kind of impose and project your ego and, in asserting your knowledge and validating your opinions, right? Is it about connection, or is it about validating your ego? Okay, so just because you have an opinion, and you know what, let's say you're right. Let's say you were totally right. You're totally more informed. Your idea makes a lot more sense. If they're not ready, they're not ready. You can speak logic, and it's that idea of don't reason with crazy. You can do it till the cows come home, and it's not going to work out for either of you. Okay. The second piece of that is when you judge someone else's opinions and their thoughts, it immediately puts them on the defensive, right? It immediately makes them feel unworthy. It makes them feel like they've got to defend themselves, not just to you, but also to themselves. It puts them in this position in which they can feel threatened, if not literally, just emotionally and relationally. And so it's really important to acknowledge that judging someone and putting them on the defensive is literally the antithesis to connection. And especially when you guys are getting together with family and friends, why are you getting together? For connection, right? So how about we engage in activities and conversations that foster that attachment and that love and that compassion and that connection, not let's pick out all the things that we differ around, right? Even though these are big topics and it can come up, there are tactful ways of addressing them, and during a family dinner is not it. The other piece is we can't always control other people's behavior. That maybe you're avoiding these topics, you're not bringing it up, you're not asking questions, but they volunteer this information. They volunteer their opinions, they volunteer their thoughts on the subject matter. How do you handle that? You listen. You ask questions. First of all, the more you listen to a person, the more they're willing to actually listen to you back, the more they're willing to hear what you have to say about things. So first, giving them the space and the floor and the time shows that you respect them. When you respect them, they feel safer around you. And maybe in the future, not that dinner still, they might be willing to hear your thoughts on things. What is it that triggers you to not be able to hold space for that? What is it that pokes you? What stops you from being able to sit with that, listen to that, ask them questions? I'm telling you, I'm saying this. I've had a hard time with it. There have been times where at a certain point I blew up and was like, I cannot continue to hear you talk about this. This really hurts my feelings because blah, 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 blah. So I'm coming from a position of knowing I haven't always done it well, and I'm going to say that right now. But was it effective? No. My timing, my tact, the way I handled things was horrible, and it did not play out well. So what we need to do when we're in these positions is just listen. Take it as an opportunity to get to know that person and their history. When it comes back to you engaging, one area in which we cannot go wrong when it comes to getting together with family, getting together with friends, is telling stories. And I always say, share your stories, not your opinions. People don't care about your opinions. But your stories, no one can argue with. People can argue opinions. People cannot argue with your story. That, oh, let me tell you about this thing that happened to me. That's the first thing that's going to rope people in. Oh my God, what happened to you? Right? And oh, this is the funniest thing. I've got to tell you about this. So share your stories, not your opinions. A highly valuable skill to know when to change the conversation to something a little lighter, something a little easier, to have a little tact, to redirect conversation and the activity to something that's a little more fun and a little more inclusive of everyone. And this is something to practice. And it does take practice to say, oh, whoa, hey guys, actually, would you guys like to watch this YouTube video really quickly? I've been dying to show it to you. Or blah, 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 blah. You know, whatever that is. It's a game. It's a board game that you guys play. It's a book that you've been reading. Become a master at redirecting the conversation towards something that is inclusive for everyone and exiting a conversation that is getting tense. Catch it, redirect it. Okay? Well, I hope that is helpful for you guys in managing your relationships and managing the time that you're spending with loved ones so that you can really make the most out of it. So there can be something really positive and something that you look forward to. And it involves building memories that, you know, that you look forward to reflecting on in the future. So quick recap, be curious, really listen, tell stories, not opinions, and address the person for who they are, and be able to receive them with compassion as from that child place, as opposed to a threat. They're not necessarily a threat having big opinions. Okay? All right, you guys have a wonderful holiday, and I believe I'll be able to post one more video next week, and then I may take a break for a couple of weeks. But I wanted to get this one out here, and hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Bye.